we don't respect our power. We're only powerful when we want something for our individual selves. And that's when we're powerful. I gotta have this, I'm gonna have this, and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna get this. But when it comes to the community and helping the community, I don't have no power, I don't have no money, I don't have no time. But you know what, how that translates? That translates that what goes around comes around. Because the very thing that you don't have time for won't have time for you. And when you don't stand up for your neighbor's not going to stand up for you. The prophet asked prophet, who's your neighbors? He said, those who near and those who are far. Everybody is your neighbor. Humanity is your neighbor. Well, I'm a Muslim. So what? They are your neighbors. Every Christian is your neighbor. Jews are your neighbors. This is a crazy thing from Shaitan. These are weeds. The purpose of a weed is to take benefit. Is to rob the benefit that Allah Almighty is sending. Allah always sends the evil and the good to be together. But then there always have to be those who be able to distinguish the good from the evil, to be able to stand up and say, no, evil coming in here. Takbir! 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 They are the gardeners of humanity. But we are the gardeners. No gardeners. Everyone wants a crop, a beautiful crop. Everyone wants beautiful flowers. But no one will kill the weeds. No one will whack the weeds. We're frightened of the poison of the weeds. I don't want to get no poison on me. We are already poisoned. We have become the weeds. And that's why we accept the weeds. Like attracts like. We need to be whacked in ourselves. We need to take another kind of inventory in ourselves. Because we ain't right. We ain't right. We ain't right. Because this whole situation that's in our communities on current events that bombards the media is crazy. And they're saying, no one's saying, well, what is it? What is it? What is the secret of stopping it? The secret of stopping it is stopping ourselves. It's coming from us. There was a big saint after the time of the Prophet, peace be upon him. And he used to live in an area, and he used to see in that area where the chickens were attacking the cats, cats were attacking the dogs, and he realized that animals are in a natural submission. And if this is going to happen through the animals, it means that the human beings are becoming corrupt. When we see this animal behavior in our community from our children, that means that that behavior within our families, in our parents, is corrupt. So we have to start with ourselves. Everyone has to take responsibility for themselves. Everyone has to say, if I am the problem, but I also can bring the solution, we have to subdue that problem in ourselves before we can bring the solution. We have to empower ourselves. That is the purpose of religion. Not to say I'm going to paradise and you're not. No one's going anywhere if we don't do the work of paradise. No one is going to eat unless we nurture the garden. No one's going to eat. No one is going to benefit. No one is going to be happy. No one will be safe. Everyone will live in fear. Can you imagine coming out your house and everywhere you see devils everywhere? You won't come out your house. Only because we did not stand up in our house. It all starts in the homes. What are we breeding in our homes? What are we thinking about when we're thinking? We're always thinking, but what do we think about? whatever is happening on this unseen always manifested on the scene. If we are decadent, crazy people in ourselves and our thinking, it manifests through our children and in the community and in the nation. We have no one to blame but ourselves. Don't look any further than ourselves. We know what we do. Every time you smoking a joint, you creating weeds. Every time you taking a drink, you creating weeds. Every time you're backbiting, you're growing weeds. Every time you're not doing your responsibility, you're creating weeds. We're growing weeds in ourselves, and it's manifesting in our offspring. And we expect someone else to do what we can do for ourselves. We have to ask Allah to please forgive us. Please forgive us and wake us up. Because we are killing ourselves and we are killing our future. We are doing it. Satan is not doing it. We are doing it to ourselves. He's just whispering, giving us permission to do it. Oh, we don't have to listen to him. We don't have to listen to the dictates of what we see in the society. We don't have to be frightened by what we see in the society. We can change it. Don't look for nobody else to come to change it. We are here now. We're the ones that's present now. Those who are not yet born, they're not responsible. Those that have been here, they're not responsible. We are responsible. And if we don't internalize that, we die dishonorable death that never becomes honorable in the next life. This ain't the only life. We're just being tested here to see if we're going to whack the weeds. We're going to take care of the garden. We're going to fulfill our responsibility of enjoining good and forbidding evil. And we're going to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. And one for our brother and sister, we want for ourselves. We're going to mind the community, develop the community, protect the community. Or we're just going to stand idly by and expect someone else to do it. Someone else will do it, but the someone that will do it are only going to make it worse. And we will be responsible for that because we allowed that. Take that into your hearts and think about it. Allah forgive us. Woman, Allah tawfiq al-Fatih. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salamu ala khairil mursalin, Muhammadin nabiyyi wa ahlihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Those servants of Allah Almighty who are obedient servants of Allah, they never worried about anything. Their whole focus was, what do my Lord want of me? Oh my Lord, why did you create me? Oh my Lord, give me the strength to do the things that I need to do that's going to please you. That's all they asked. Then Allah put the dunya at their feet. Wealth became their servant. Satan became their servant. They didn't have to cheat, rob, steal, and lie for this